For over 4 decades, Indiana Jones has been the gold standard of cinematic adventure. Created by George Lucas and brought to life by Steven Spielberg, this franchise blends history, mythology, and non-stop action into a thrilling saga. From the jungles of South America to the deserts of the Middle East, Indy's quests have become iconic, shaping the adventure genre for years to come. Here are 10 surprising facts about Indiana Jones. But before I get started, remember to like and subscribe. Raiders of the Lost Ark hit theaters on June 12, 1981, in introducing the world to Indiana Jones for the first time, and people fell in love with him instantly. Indy's charm and personality was undeniable, but one particular personality quirk quickly became a staple of his character, and that was his healthy hatred of snakes. We got to see this on full display during the Well of the Souls scene, but here's something you may not know about this scene. In addition to the thousands of snakes on the ground floor, there's a cobra Indy came face to face with. To keep Harrison Ford safe, a piece of glass was put between him and the cobra. The reflection of the cobra in the glass was visible in older versions of the film, but it was digitally removed in the later releases. There are many memorable scenes in Raiders of the Lost Ark, but one specific scene was originally going to be very different. Indy finds himself in a face-off with an Arab swordsman during his quest to save Marion. Terry Richards, who portrayed the swordsman, practiced for months on his choreography, but Harrison got very sick with dysentery and couldn't complete the fight scene. So, he made a spontaneous decision to shoot the swordsman. Hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. There are a couple sneaky Star Wars Easter eggs in this movie. Many people know about R2 and C-3PO appearing as hieroglyphs on a wall in the Well of the Souls, but here's another hidden Easter egg you may have missed. The plane that Indy uses during the jungle escape scene has the aircraft registration OBCPO, a nod to Star Wars characters Obi-Wan Kenobi and C-3PO. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom hit theaters on May 8, 1984, giving fans a very different kind of movie. Some even say this movie was too dark. We are also introduced to two new characters, Willie and Short Round, who instantly became fan favorites. Willie, who was portrayed by the beautiful Kate Capshaw, provided some great comedy moments, specifically with a rather annoying elephant. But there's a crazy fact about this scene many don't know. Kate Capshaw wore a priceless red and gold sequin dress that costume designer Anthony Powell made especially for the film, which was sewn entirely with vintage period 20s and 30s sequin. Unfortunately, a certain hungry elephant began to eat the dress during the camping scene. Powell had to fill out an insurance claim stating that the dress was eaten by an elephant. This movie featured many dark, disturbing moments, but one scene grossed everyone out. Spielberg wanted to one-up the snake scene from Raiders, so instead of thousands of snakes, he used thousands of bugs. For the scene where the trio stumbles upon a cavern filled with countless insects on the way to the Temple of Doom, the production team assembled 50,000 cockroaches and 30,000 beetles from nearby London bug farms. Capshaw was so freaked out about her scene with all the bugs that she admitted to taking a Valium beforehand just to calm down. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade came to theaters on May 24, 1989. This installment gave us a dynamic duo of Henry Jones Sr. and Henry Jones Jr. Throughout the movie, we get many fun father-son moments, but this one behind-the-scenes fact will blow your pants off. During the scene on the German Zeppelin when Indy and his dad are having a heartfelt conversation, both Harrison Ford and Sean Connery aren't wearing pants underneath the table due to excessive heat on the set. One thing that makes the Indiana Jones movies so noteworthy are the interesting villains that Indy always has to defeat. Walter Donovan proved to be a formidable antagonist throughout the movie, but one part in the movie marked an important milestone for the world of entertainment. The death of Donovan was quite terrifying, as he slowly degraded into a pile of bones and dust. To pull off this impressive effect, the art of digital compositing was utilized. Actor Julian Glover was filmed in several separate stages of the sped-up aging process, which were digitally melded together, along with shots of puppet heads for some later stages, and put back into the film as one cohesive take. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull hit the silver screens on May 20th, 2008. This movie was met with mixed reactions from fans and critics, but still ended up being quite a successful installation in the Indiana Jones franchise. This movie had quite a few changes to the traditional Indiana Jones adventures, including the Big Bad. The producers were tired of having Nazis being the bad guys, so they switched them out for Russians, which made sense seeing as the movie took place during the Cold War. Most people were fine with how the Russians were depicted, except for, well, Russians, specifically the Communist Party of the Russian Federation. They said the film demonized the Soviet Union and wanted the movie banned. Needless to say, their complaints went unanswered. This movie had a rather strange topic that didn't resonate with a lot of fans, but the action sequences were still top tier. Harrison Ford was 65 years old at the time, still performing all of his own stunts, but one stunt could have ended tragically. During the chaotic fight scene between Indy and the Russians, Indy drives a truck through a wall. Timed explosives were used to give this scene a little extra bang, but one device misfired and landed right next to Harrison. Thankfully, it didn't go off. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was the final installment in the Indiana Jones franchise. It came out on June 30th, 2023. This movie ended up being a box office disappointment, only making $380 million against a $300 million budget. However, this movie gave Indy a heartfelt send-off. After all, at this point, he's so old, he belongs in a museum. This movie leaned heavily into nostalgia, giving us a few flashback scenes of a younger, ruggeder Indiana. In an interview with Stephen Colbert, Harrison explained how they utilized de-aging technology. He said they went through all of his films that Lucasfilm owns, so that is his real face. He was truly blown away by the process. He also set the record as the oldest actor to be de-aged. He beat Robert De Niro by 1 year, as Harrison was 80 years old during the making of this movie. Well, there it is. 10 surprising facts about Indiana Jones. I hope you learned something new. Remember to like and subscribe. See you soon.